Very good morning to all of you and welcome to the technical session 7D. And on behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to this conference, to this sixth international conference on information and communication technology for competitive strategies, that is ICTCS, in concurrent with smart trends in computing and communication through Zoom. We are thankful to see you all over here in this platform to go along with us digitally and making this conference more productive. So thank you so much, and we hope that we all will pass this together soon. And I hope that you will enjoy these 2 days of interactive and knowledgeable sessions. And just before we get started, there is a special note for all the presenters that you will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for further question and answer. And on 7 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. So please cooperate with the same. And yes, also just before we get started, I would like to introduce you all to our chair of the session, Dr. Tanupriya Chaudhary. And welcome, sir, in this international session, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I think we can start now. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir. So I'm just sharing the screen.
Now your screen is visible, ma'am. Please start the presentation, please.
Okay, sir. Starting. Our first presenter is Smruti Rekha, and her paper title is Relevance of Artificial Intelligence in Hospitality and Tourism Industry. So you may please start your presentation. Thank you.
Madam, sorry to intervene. I think Professor Tanupriya will give a brief talk, then we can start, I believe.
Yeah.
If you are not.
Yeah, sure.
To all of you, actually, we are glad over here in the morning of this conference. We all are welcoming over here. And actually, the theme of the conference you all might be knowing. The theme is in IC International Conference on Artificial Intelligence, actually. And in hospitality and tourism industry, the first talk will be given, then e-healthcare data, then higher education reviews, some real-time video streaming. Then the talk will be given on artificial intelligence-based vehicle in cabin, then agricultural stakeholders, fuzzy Siemens, BARD video summarization and all. I think we can start as because our session will have to close by 11:45. And from 11:45 o'clock, I have another meeting. Thank you, all of you, and please start from the first presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Smriti Rekha, you may start your presentation. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible perfectly. Yes. You're audible.
Good morning, everyone. I am Smriti Rekha, a research scholar from KIIT University School of Management. And I'm here today to present on the title of our topic, which is Relevance of Artificial Intelligence in the Hospitality and Tourism Industry. Our content would be introduction, literature review, what are the phases of artificial intelligence, the factors affecting artificial intelligence, the role and benefits, and the services, and conclusion. As we all know, hospitality industry has been adversely affected by COVID-19, but still it has been gaining momentum with the help of AI and improving technology. So today we will be discussing about role of artificial intelligence in the hospitality and tourism industry. To start with, what is hospitality? Hospitality is mostly an experience which involves personal interaction between the service provider and the customer, and which includes food, lodging, experiences, etc. Which mostly involves a human touch. And artificial intelligence, as we know, it's the ability of a machine, or let's say a computer system, to interpret the data by learning from some external data which is obtained from the experiences, and to achieve specific goals, targets, and aims by making it, or maybe adapting itself according to the environment. It's also the ability to interpret or maybe extrapolate the human language or the human touch within any functionality of the society, which includes maybe VR, which is virtual reality, logical reasoning, communication, perception, etc. From our literature review, AI may be defined as an opportunity for hotel companies to improve operations, to increase productivity, maintain a constant level of quality, as per S. Ivanov. As per Mr. Jha and Sahu, hospitality and tourism industry, AI offers substantial prospects by integrating machine learning into Internet of Things to innovate few products and services, which helps in improving decision-making and increases the rate of innovation, thereby enhancing business performance. We can also say robots, artificial intelligence, all include service automation, which helps in bringing about dramatic changes in the way the hospitality industry works out. So what are the phases of artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence has three phases mostly. Narrow artificial intelligence, which was previously mostly in the 80s and the 90s, and it's mostly used in the medical field. And currently we are in the second phase, which involves the artificial general intelligence, which is at par or nearly equal to human intelligence. And at times it can also outperform the humans. And the phase 3 includes artificial super intelligence, or super artificial intelligence, we can say, which is mostly like sci-fi movies as we see, or maybe you can say which involves fiction. That would be mostly feasible by 2050 as predicted by researchers and scientists. The microenvironmental forces affecting the artificial intelligence includes demographic factors. For example, let's say in a country, how the people accept artificial intelligence in the incorporation of artificial intelligence in their industry. And socioeconomic factors includes the more personalization and customization of the services. Technological factors include how AI improves itself, what are the innovations made, and ecological factors include the sustainability aspect of the environment, which involves incorporation of AI. The role of AI in hospitality and tourism industry. It's used mostly for analytical purposes, for financial purposes, for analysis of online reviews, for hotel satisfaction improvement, for market segmentation, for any services customization and personalization. And it's mostly used to perceive a financial benefit, which helps in enhancing the business of a particular industry. As we are in the era of COVID as well as AI, so the technology has improved and brought about a huge spur in the industry. So innovative technologies like chatbots, kiosks, in-room intelligence technologies, etc., are coming up. Keyless room access, in-house entertainment are coming up in the hotel industry and hospitality industry, which helps in improving the customization of the services. The benefits of AI are, it's mostly conducive for the employees in the era of COVID. with less human touch. Technological benefits like we can include robots, chatbots, and kiosks. Financial benefits include better management of finances and the costs associated, which helps in bringing about a more economical way of serving and conducting business. And it also helps in managing better time and energy. Some of the unique services rendered by AI in hospitality includes demand forecasting, dynamic pricing, modernization of existing services, designing of mobile business solutions, as well as recruitment and management. So lastly, I would like to say that integrating AI into the industry would definitely help in bringing about some sustainable practices and holistic manner. But still, massive part of the industry is most of the services are carried out by human touch. So definitely AI cannot replace, but with time, it would bring about a massive change in the way the business is being conducted, with lots of financial opportunities and as well as sustainable scope of conducting businesses. So these are the few references. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, ma'am, for your nice presentation. But we have not seen any graphical information. Means you have studied a lot of papers.
Yes.
But if you can present some of the graphs and what are the artificial intelligence basic algorithms you have used, or they have used, or you are proposing, that would be great. And also in your PPT, we have missed, I think, the clustering approach. If you are concerning about some of the managerial prospects or hospitality and tourism industry, definitely some clustering techniques you can search and maybe applied also as per the requirement.
Definitely.
Okay, and if you are not adding any graphical representation or means any graph, then it can't make us understand that what actually you have done. Please add.
Okay, so this was just to interrupt, sir. This was just a holistic view because we have conducted on secondary data and observation method of research. So it's the paper is mostly based on a holistic approach, how AI is being incorporated into. Okay, I agree that we can maybe give some graphical representations for our paper.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, these points I'm giving it to you for any journal submission, not journal submission. If you are submitting any journal, then definitely this type of work may help you out.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Otherwise, very good presentation you have done within a minute.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I think the next presenter is a novel approach to privacy preservation on e-healthcare data in cloud environment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please start then? Thank you.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, so good morning to everyone. My topic for the paper is novel approach to privacy preservation on e-healthcare data in cloud environment. I'm a research scholar in Marwadi University, Rajkot. This is my outline, introduction, what is cloud computing, problem definition, literature review, objective, proposed cloud model, which I have proposed in my this paper, and comparison with different frameworks regarding my proposed cloud model, and then cloud SIM overview, and lastly is references. So basically, introduction is cloud environment enables the health professional to work together, but despite its many benefits, it faces the several difficulties like technical, legal, and managerial. So towards the fresh paradigm, you can say cloud computing can enhance the healthcare facility by utilizing its skill, assess information within the health monitoring system and without any geographical location. So mainly is threat to individual privacy whenever you are sharing the data over a cloud. Okay, individual item in database must not be disclosed, but it could be any information about corporation, any transaction record, or patient healthcare record in a cloud. So why privacy preservation in data mining? So I can give you the example. Center of Disease Control want to identify a disease outbreak. So like COVID. So insurance company have data on disease incidents. seriousness and patient background, etc. So should they release this information all over the you can say disclose this information? So actually your patient record is splits among the different providers like insurance company, pharmacy, doctor, hospital, but each agrees not to release the data without the patient consent. So does this need a patient consent? That is the question. And that of every other patient? No, it shouldn't. So rule should be like that. It should not disclose the patient data whenever you are sharing the whole data. So these are the certain data mining techniques that can preserve the certain privacy of a data. Like there are two types: data hiding and rule hiding. And in that there are different techniques: perturbation, encryption, anonymization. And in rule hiding, distortion and blocking. This is the example of one of the technique where you can preserve the patient data by using the anonymization technique. First one, a table suggests the original table, and after implementing the anonymization table, you can say that you cannot disclose the date. You are actually limiting the date 1 to 10 age, and then sex, instead of male and female we have written people. We are not disclosing the zip code. Same way, so you can share the data, but by anonymizing the certain fields. Same way, this is the distortion where original table where we are actually decreasing the support and confidence. And when we are decreasing the support and confidence of a table, certain rule will be hidden, and other data can be given to the certain people for the fruitfulness of a results. I think what is cloud computing? Everybody knows it is a remote control configuration access of a resource to hardware and software.
You may skip this slide,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So my problem definition is whenever you are sharing the data of patient data, actually it has been actually shared with the third party provider. So service of this form in a cloud system are procured from cloud service provider. So with this model, your e-health record of a patient usually shared among the various organizations. So it is very vulnerable to the various attacks and manipulation because they are stored at a off-premises server. Like you can say it is under the control of cloud service provider, third party. So there are certain security and challenges, and you need a certain cryptographic mechanism for a framework that is required when you are sharing in a third party cloud service provider. So this is problem definition. These are the security challenges in cloud environment: virtualization, web services on internet, information and storage issues. These are the requirement in healthcare domain. You need to maintain confidentiality, integrity, availability, ownership, access control. These are certain literature review I have done with respect to approaches, strength of a paper and deficiency. So my actually work is this, my proposed cloud model. The objective of proposed cloud model is to store the medical data in cloud securely, manage the user privacy, mine the data.
Sorry to interrupt. Sir, can you please come to your proposed model and can you please discuss the objective like this?
Okay. So basically in a proposed cloud model, I have designed one proposed cloud model where each and every user means doctor, nurse, you has to register with the system. Then after registering with the system, user detail will be verified by the user management module, and user registration detail will be sent to the cryptographic module where we are using the data encryption standard technique. After encrypting the registration process, again, that data will be stored in a steganography. So there will be double protection. First, the data will be stored using the data encryption standard, and afterwards, that encryption will be stored in one steganography. Third step is patient wants to, after registration, patient wants to store the data on a cloud. So after login, patient will store the data. Patient will enter the data in a text format, and then afterwards it will be encrypted using the data encryption standard algorithm, and then steganography, using the steganography which will hide in one particular image all the e-health record of a patient will be stored in one image and provide the security to the e-healthcare record patient. Now another question is what will be the access control? So the patient has full actually access rights for their e-healthcare record data. So if patient wants to give the access right to doctor, hospital, or any user, then there is one access control module which will be control under the patient. Okay, so if registered doctor in this proposed cloud model wants to access the patient e-healthcare record, then they have to log in with the credential, then they have to request the e-healthcare record of a patient through access control module. Then access control module will verify the access right, privileges of a doctor, and then again patient will give the access right. So when patient will give the access right, from the steganography where the e-healthcare record has been stored, which will be actually again will be reverse process, it will be decrypted, and it will be actually steganography module will reverse the process and will give the e-healthcare record of a patient to the doctor. So here the mainly is actually we are proposing, these are the certain things: cryptography encryption technique to protect the patient credential in a cloud. Then there is a steganography to hide the patient e-healthcare record in an image. Then access control module to set the privileges and rights for the patient e-healthcare record to hospital, doctor, or user by patient itself. And fourth one is anonymizing the private field based on a user choice. Provide the data hiding mechanism. Means suppose patient does not want to show any data to the certain user, then certain data will not be available to anybody. And then last one is effectively mine the data to generate the required result. So these are the certain things we are proposing in this proposed cloud model. These are the comparison with my proposed cloud model with some of the framework which has been described in a different paper, where I have listed a certain criteria. Approach, information hiding is there in a paper or in approach. Then data mining technique is used in a certain approach. Then patient privacy is maintained. Store a medical data using the encryption technique. If is there any framework is available in a paper. And last one is any technique for sharing the medical data or a cloud is available or not. And that these are the certain paper which I have compared with my proposed cloud model. Rightly, I think I have found out one tool that is called CloudSim tool, which is a cloud simulator.
Sorry for interruption. Please, can you conclude the presentation because we are running out of time?
Yes. So CloudSim tool is a basically extendable simulation framework that enables the modeling, simulation, and experimentation of emerging cloud computing services. So conclusion is that a complete framework for handling the healthcare detail of a user to mine the data effectively, preserve the privacy, data hiding, secure the storing of sensitive data of a patient, and adequate access control for a user. This is my proposed cloud conclusion. These are the references I have used for my paper. And yes, thank you. If
that's
any
a
question?
Very good presentation you have done. Can you please come to the comparative literature survey, comparative survey?
Yes.
Yeah. You have mentioned, sir, any approach.
Yeah.
May I know what does it mean?
Approach means in paper, if there is any approach has been listed in any paper, that is I mean to say.
That means methodology or algorithm you are
yes. Yeah.
Try to add this type of keyword. Otherwise, any approach will not find a good keyword.
Approach means suppose fully homographic encryption algorithm. That is approach of a particular paper.
I understood your
or
point.
DICOM protocol. or something like that.
Yes, and also for your kind information, you have mentioned only Cloud SIM tool. Definitely, Cloud SIM is a new and also highly generalized tool, and
Yes.
definitely it also in Java-based simulation.
Yes.
But you can use Cloud Analyst, Green Cloud, or EmuSIM, Ground
Yeah.
SIM, GTP SIM, ICANN Cloud, or this type of tools also. This will also
Actually, I have actually made a web-based application regarding my proposed cloud model, and I have hosted in my Google Cloud account.
Okay.
So actually 80% work has been done. Now I have to check with the comparison that how this is compared with the blockchain technology or any other which is rightly new or updated one in today's world.
Definitely, whatsoever you are doing, very good. But try to add only few cartographic way. Later, if you can discuss with me, if I can let you know. Thank you for your presentation.
Okay.
Very good presentation indeed. And I think
Thank
next
you.
presentation, ma'am, we can start sentiment K.R. Somia. The next presenter name is K.R. Somia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please start.
Yes, ma'am, you can start your presentation.
Yes, hope my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes. Good morning, all. Myself, Soumya, research scholar of Rajlakshmi Engineering College, Tamil Nadu. My work is on sentiment classification of higher education reviews to analyze student engagement and psychological interventions using deep learning technique. This is the overview of my presentation, which includes introduction, proposed system, results and discussion, and finally conclusion with future enhancement. Nowadays, social media plays a major role to provide us valuable information. Twitter is one of the main platform which will provide us enormous amount of information. Actually, this information can be used for different sentimental analysis applications such as reviewing the customer tweets, predicting for prediction, recommendations, and for election prediction, marketing, etc. And also, when we monitor and analyze these tweets, we can get...
sorry to interrupt. Can you please start the slideshow?
I started, sir. It's not visible?
No, it's not visible.
One second, sir. Now my screen is changing, sir.
No, ma'am.
No,
it's not changing.
No, ma'am.
It's not changing. Sorry.
Ma'am, you can close your which screen you are sharing and reshare your screen.
Yes.
So it will be visible.
Okay. Sorry for wasting your time. Really sorry. Whether now my screen is moving?
No.
Ma'am, actually presentation is not visible.
Now the presentation is also not visible.
Ma'am, you can present likewise.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sorry for that.
Try to close it within 8 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, sure, sir. So in my proposed work, what I have done is I have developed a framework for analyzing the sentiments of students based on 10 keywords, that is student emotion, learning perception, and content delivery of instructor, and how the student is engaged in online platform, how their understanding will be, and how their effectiveness will be, and what are the learning outcomes, and how they have peer collaboration in such learning environments. Using these keywords, I have collected tweets and performed sentimental analysis. This is the architecture of the proposed diagram in which the tweet has been collected from Twitter. And in the initial stage, data pre-processing is being done. And after that, future extraction. And after future extraction, the classification of tweets, that is positive, negative, and neutral tweet, is made based on 3 algorithms: LSTM, GRU, RNN. And finally, the performance is being evaluated using performance metrics and selected the best classifier model for sentimental analysis. And the first technique being applied is the data pre-processing layer, in which the tweets collected will be an unstructured data. So here in the data pre-processing level, removing of HTML tags as well as removing of punctuations or some special characters, or if some numbers are there in tweet, or if there is multiple spaces, or if there is any repeated tweets, such tweets will be removed in data pre-processing layer. In the future extraction, functional appropriate features will be extracted from the tweet, and based on that, further computational processing is being done. In the classification layer, we applied 3 algorithms, the LSTM, GRU, and RNN, for classifying the tweets. The working process of LSTM is it is a type of a recurrent neural network which is capable for sequential prediction. The input is given to the inverted layer, that is the tweets are being processed to the inverted layer, and here the transformation is being done, and after processing here the input, that is tweets, is being processed to dense layer, and the LSTM encoder will encode or compress the sequence of data. The input of this model will be the vector data, and then it will read the sequence of data. After it reads the last data, the decoder will take the data and perform the classification. That is the classification of tweet, and it is processed to the target output. In the RNN, it is also a type of neural network for sequential data, but here the major drawback is vanish and explode. That is, when the input tweet is being passed to the input layer, the summation operation, multiplication operation, sigmoid operation, everything will be performed, but in some case, the tweets will explode or vanish. That is, in the forget data, it will happen. So it can be avoided with the GRU network. GRU stands for gated recurrent unit. Here the notations, the algorithm, in the algorithm, the notations being used are plus operation, sigmoid function, hammered product, tan H function. Here, the operation will be done on 2 gates, update gate and reset gate. These gates are actually used to solve the vanishing gradient problem of RNN. In the update signal, the sigmoid function will perform the weighted sum of inputs being passed through the activation function, and the output serves, and the output from this layer is given as the input to the next layer, that is the reset gate. The reset gate will decide how long the information have to be there. And for the new memory updation, tan H activation is being used. Using this tan H activation, it will determine the output of the neural network. That is, either it is a positive tweet or negative tweet or neutral tweet. Results and discussion. The data set has been collected from Twitter API based on 10 keywords, and then it is stored as .csv file for further processing. And then the performance metrics is being calculated for accuracy, recall, precision, and F1 score. And this is the accuracy rate, F1 score, precision, and recall for the 3 different algorithms. And among these 3 algorithms, the GRU turns to be the best classifier model. And this is the pictorial representation of model accuracy and model loss for 3 different algorithms. And this is the cloud visualization of positive tweets, positive clouds. And in conclusion, the sentimental analysis is performed using 3 different algorithms. And this work can be further extended by taking online survey from the students. And statistical analysis can also be done on that particular data to analyze the student engagement as well as the psychological intervention. And now I considered only text data. In future work, emoji labels can also be considered to improve the better performance. These are my references. Thank you.
Ma'am, can you please define your results again?
I used 3 algorithms, sir. LSTM, GRU.
No, I am just asking you that how the accuracy has been achieved. Means what are the accuracy factors you have taken? Means F1 score, precision and recall you have taken, it's fine. But how the accuracy has been maintained? The general measurements of this or any other process you have taken care of? Okay, you have taken only these equations, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These equations.
And what about your data set? As because about the data set, you have not mentioned clearly what are the basic attributes and how you have actually pre-processed it.
Yes, sir. I will explain it now. Actually, the data set has been collected from Twitter API based on 10 keywords, sir. Based on 10 keywords such as student emotion on online learning, student understanding on online learning, student effectiveness, like that. We choose 10 parameters or 10 keywords, and based on that, we extracted from Twitter API. And then in data cleaning process, that is pre-processing process, what have been done is a tokenization process, stemming process is being done to remove the white spaces, repeated tweets, and if there is some numericals or some email IDs, those those things have been removed in data pre-processing levels.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
And next presentation is Atreyi Gupta.
Yes.
Strategic network model, I think. Please start.
Okay, sir. So is it visible? Is it visible, sir? Okay, so the my approach was how to develop a model for real-time video and real-time video streaming applications and interactive applications in IoT
kindly click over there in the down. There is an option. If you can click, then automatically full screen mode will be come. Automatically will come over there.
So you want me to put the full screen in the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Is it full screen now?
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. So in the recent research trend is how to integrate the edge-based technologies such as Manet, the cloudlets for computing, in order to build a smart environment. And what we are doing here, we are taking data from the sensors and using them effectively to design to make decisions to make our living smarter. So these are the typical applications of like IoT MANET, integrated IoT MANET. The main objective of my research work was how to handle the energy loss and delay in the processing transmission of real-time application, like for video surveillance application and some interactive applications in IoT MANET. So what I did was first I took care of the how to design the network so as to take care of this problem. So if for each interactive applications, so what happens, these are low latency real-time decision-making applications. For example, in case of a home where we are monitoring a patient for a remote patient, so data collected from remote patients is collecting whether the temperature of the patient is high or not. So this is a quick decision-making problem. So these, in this case, we don't need to carry huge amount of data. So these are simple text-based query message. Whereas in case of MANET applications, such as for video service application, for example, in a strategic, in a defense network, when different kinds of node, different small nodes are placed all over the coverage area, they are capturing the video of that area, and if there is any object detected, then for in case of intrusion detection, that will be informed to the base stations. And so this is a kind of multimedia application. So in this case, we the nodes are actually exchanging large amount of data. So we have to take care of this using what I did actually used a strategic modeling technique. So how to model the network and how to place the nodes so that the challenges can be taken care of with this kind of application. So what we are doing, we are actually taking care of both the how to handle both large amount of data and also how to make intelligent decision for interactive applications, which will be faster. So in order to reduce the latency, we use high gain antenna with high speed communication 802.11 AC for to reduce the delay, and to mitigate interference, we mitigate interference among nodes. We used different channel frequencies. I will come in later section. In the model was actually based on it was a real-time application. So what happened in 1 kilometer across 1 kilometer area, we had to place 16 different MANET nodes, which are supposed to get the capture the areas for the base station. This is a typical defense application. So in that case, what I did, these are supposed to be Raspberry Pi nodes, this red Raspberry Pi nodes, and this is supposed to be a high processing unit laptop. So all this is a heterogeneous set of node, so the task distribution helps these nodes collect data, and these green nodes does the processing. The entire processing, the entire simulation has been done in NS3 to check how the network is performing. And also, I will come to the next slide. I have proposed a network topology, that is proposed grid. So it is compared with random grid topology. It has been seen that if I place the nodes randomly, whatever energy loss, whatever delay, whatever packet loss, and whatever bandwidth throughput, the FPS means the frames per second. But whenever we are transferring the video, so how many amount of frames we are transferring and how many amount of frames the sync node is receiving. Because when we are transferring the object from source to the remote sync, so when we are transferring the an object, is a target has been detected. So in that case, if there is a loss of information, how the base station will know whether it is an intruder or not. So in that case, if my proposed grid, what I did that I restricted the number of message from sync from source to sync in a particular grid. Whereas you can see in random and grid topology, this doesn't happen. So coming to the next point. So what I did actually compared three different MANET routing protocols and in layer 3 and also in layer 2. So so coming to the results and discussions, when I compared the video application and the interactive application for both the static and the mobile cases, and compared the bandwidth, delay, packet loss, number of frames per second transmitted, the jitter, and the throughput, it has been seen that the proposed grid, that is the proposed, whatever I have designed the model, it performs better than the rest of the other two normal topologies, the random and the grid topology. So what is the achievement in this case? So what I did, so using the MANET protocols, I designed an IoT network for the defense applications and also for the interactive smart home application, using the proposed grid technology, handling the delay and loss by using this. This is a cluster-based approach, and the zone has been used. Zone-based technique has been used to restrict the number of nodes in a certain grid, which also reduces the control messages for the traffic, and the task distribution for the smaller node, that is Raspberry Pi nodes and the laptop, enables high degree of processing and computation, which is an edge-based technology. And the second is we reduce the latency. So the latency reduction helps the decision-making process between the source and the sink, so that higher communication, faster communication can take place by reducing the number of hops in a particular grid. And then the packet loss due to interference has been reduced because with the high speed communication, and also by making channelized. The all simulation has been done in NS3.27 in my case, and for which in the conclusion is that the cluster-based hierarchical distributed IoT MANET proposed grid model works, serves for both multimedia surveillance streaming, for streaming video application, and also for interactive application. Yeah, these are the results because when we are transferring the video for 15 FPS per second for an HD video, the Raspberry Pi is collecting the data and transferring it to the laptop, and those laptops are communicating to the base station. So the transferring rate was 15 frames per second, but whenever the cluster heads, the super nodes, were receiving them, that was around 10 to 6 frames per second for mobile to static case, in case of proposed grid. So this was our best achievement with the proposed grid. So these are the
Okay, ma'am, can you please come to your framework? Atri, are you there? Atri, are you there? I think there must be some issues at Atri end.
Yeah, hello.
Okay, yes. No issue, Atri. Good presentation you have done.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We can move to the next presentation, which is artificial intelligence based vehicle in cabin occupant detection and classification system. You are not audible. The presenter is not audible. artificial intelligence based vehicle in-cabin occupant detection and classification system. Can you please start your presentation?
Hello, am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, you're audible now.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. Let me share the screen quickly and start. Yes, I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, visible.
Yes. Let me put it into full screen. Yes, my name is Tamilarasan. I'm from Amrita College, Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore. The topic is artificial intelligence based vehicle in-cabin occupant detection and classification system. The idea is that airbags are one of the passive safety systems available in vehicle. It can reduce serious injuries and even deaths that happen to passengers when there are high velocity crashes. However, airbags may not be safe in all the circumstances, especially there is a low velocity crashes. We do not want to open an airbag when a vehicle is going to have a small velocity crashes. So the injuries happened due to airbags are sometimes much higher than the injuries happened due to low velocity crashes. And second point is that we do not want to open an airbag when there is an empty seat. And third one would be like children are more vulnerable to airbags. So they are supposed to sit in the rear middle seat of the vehicle. So when they happen to sit in the front passenger seat, their children height and the airbag height may come to equal. So when there is a deployment, it will directly hit to the children head. It will cause serious injuries to the children. So it is always advisable to take the children to the rear middle. So this main agenda is that to classify whether who is sitting where and to identify whether the children is sitting in the front and or adult is sitting in the front passenger seat. This is the complete work. So to achieve this classification task, object detection and classification task, we have used two sensors separately, and finally we compared the results. Here we have used camera sensor. We can see it in the first block diagram where we have taken an image with timestamp and we given to deep learning algorithm. There we have annotated the faces of adult and children, saying that this is an adult, this is a children, and we have given to deep learning to train the model. And finally, we are showing the accuracy here, we can see. And similarly, if in weight sensor, we also have made a setup where passengers are able to sit on top of the weight sensor, and it will collect the weight of an occupant or we can say passengers, and with the timestamp. And finally, their weight also will be calculated. So based on that, we will classify that as into children or an adult. Finally, we are displaying a results. So here, image sensor and output will come saying that it is an adult and the children. And weight sensor also, we will receive an output saying that it is an adult or a children. Finally, we are comparing the results of both the sensor. So this is the complete work. And the next slide would be like, we have taken an image of around 1,200 images we have taken, out of which 2,633 faces we have collected. Around 1,344 faces are adult, whereas 1,289 faces are children. So here we have made variations in data sets such a way that the algorithm trained properly. So in typical Indian vehicle, we can think of the 16 scenarios where driver will come all the scenarios, and the passengers, co-passengers, we can see passengers behind the driver, passenger sitting in the middle of the rear seat, passenger sitting behind the co-driver. So these combinations we can think of, and we also had make sure that in every combinations we put a equal number of images we collected. So variations in gender. So we have used male, female people, variations in seat position. So we also have adjusted the seat positions according to and we have collected the images. We also have taken an image with a different age group. And we also have used two different vehicles. One is sedan and another one is hatchback. Variations in seat color. So we also have, we can see that black and almost white, gray color seat positions we have used. So based on this, the algorithm will be able to learn things in different way, and it will give the better results. So these are the data sets collection that we have made. Next one would be the algorithm we have used is for YOLO V3 algorithm we have used. Why do we have to go for YOLO? Is because it is faster when compared to other regional based CNN algorithm. So it not only detect an object, it also classify where the object is, and it also tells the location of the objects. So that's why we go for YOLO V3 algorithm. And next one would be like we have used load cell sensor. Here we can see the 4 different setups. So I mean, which eventually will give the weight of the passengers. So we have made a setup in such a way that the passenger is able to sit on top of the setup. We have fixed the setup under the seat. So whenever the passenger is sitting on top of this, the sensor will throw the results. So it will go to amplifier and microcontroller. Finally, in display, we will be seeing the weight of the passenger, and it will be given to the one machine learning algorithm called support vector machines, whereas it will take the inputs and it will classify whether it is an adult or a child. So why do we have to go for support vector machine is that it is the goal of the SVM is to create the best line or decision boundary. So it is best for 2-class classification problem. So that's why we choose an SVM, and these are the results that we have taken. So the dataset is custom dataset that we have made, and classes are we have chosen adult and child. And we can see the outputs from YOLO V3 algorithm. It is able to detect adult and child perfectly. So even in the rear seat also, it is able to detect the faces correctly. So these are the results from camera sensor. And these are the numbers that we have got from the YOLO V3 algorithm. So we have made a number of sample species and recall F1 score, how many TPFP and FNs are calculated. And these are the results from weight sensor, which we have given to SVM algorithm. And these are the outputs that we can see. We have also made a confusion matrix where out of 150 samples, 70 children are classified correctly as children, and remaining 75, around out of 75, 32 adults are classified correctly as an adults. And we also have made a table in which we have compared the image sensor outputs and load sensor outputs, and we have made a table in which we can see that we have mentioned that in red color where it is misclassified. It is actually an adult, but it misclassified as a children. So we have concluded that when we compare YOLO V3 algorithm using camera sensor with load cell sensor with the SVM algorithm, YOLO V3 is performing better. And we also have it can also be used for extra check to maintain the reliability of the process. So this is the final output that we have got. And future work would be like we also can add more classes to the system, because we may add day-to-day objects that we can think of in vehicles, say for example bags, or other. We can also add a pregnant woman or a old passenger who is sitting in the front seat. And we also this can be extended to you to introduce new algorithms to the system and to check whether which is the best for child and adult class classification. So these are the references that we have gone through, and that is all the presentations. Thank you.
Amiz, you have a very good presentation. Very good. I just want to know that the data set has been made by your own or not?
Yeah, we have collected the data set by our own.
Okay, and can you please come to the data set?
Yes.
Okay, and have you published these type of papers in journals also?
No, we have not published yet to any journals.
Okay.
So.
If you have made this type of data set, definitely I am telling you one journal that may help you out. The journal name is Elsewhere Data in Brief.
Elsewhere Data in Brief.
Yeah, actually they are publishing only data sets.
Okay.
2-page, 3-page data set they will publish. Definitely if your work is novel and good, and they will publish it freely.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the information.
And very good work you have done, and very good type of presentations also. Good.
Thank you very much for the. Thank you, sir. I'll stop there. Sorry.
Okay. We may start then. Agriculture stakeholders information need, the survey in Gujarat. Akshita Shah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay. The research is related to the agriculture stakeholders information need, the survey in Gujarat and the India. The presenter, we are from the Department of Computer Science, Gujarat University. Right now, the agriculture stakeholder, there are various agriculture stakeholders available, and to fulfill the demand of the agriculture stakeholder, we have surveyed to the various stakeholders, the farmers and the other contributors in the agriculture. And that particular survey is just detailed as our filed copyright. And in this particular paper, we have analyzed and interpreted the survey result based on the stakeholders' requirement. So here our survey is all about to examine the channel of the information communication, to gather the information need, and more specifically, we have gathered the information need in the natural Gujarati language. And there are certain facts and figures which we have interpreted as a data set. But related to this particular survey, why there is an information need which is occurred in the agriculture industry, and what is the lacking portion, so that we have actually collected the content set from the various websites available of the governments and the different departments at the government. So here few are listed over here, but around 60 contents which we have listed in the research paper, that's consist of the different web articles, different magazines content, or let's say government publish articles in a day-to-day basis. Government publish the guidelines to the farmer related to the crop cultivation. So we have collected the data set, and that's related to the agriculture Indian government in most of in the Gujarat. Now here related to the intelligence system in the agriculture, there are certain applications already available in agriculture. That survey we have researched and even reviewed and submitted is as a one submitted paper. We have summarized that survey over here, that there are various agriculture application available in using artificial intelligence related to the information system, expert system, agri-robot, fuzzy-based information system. But here there are applications available based on the single data source retrieval, and not majorly covering all these agriculture content set which are present in on the web. So based on our study, we hypothesized that there is a requirement of an intelligence system that retrieve from these diverse government Indian sources, and that requires to fulfill the information need of the farmer. So for this particular hypothesis, we have conducted the survey, and the objective of the survey is to gather the information needs of agriculture stakeholders, even to examine the channels of information communication and the sources of information dependence by the farmers, and most importantly, to know the varied users' natural language request as a part of man-machine interaction, and that we have collected in the Gujarati language. So our analysis is based on the various categories. The major categories are mentioned over here. We have identified the personal information of the stakeholders. We have identify the questions regarding business or job. So whatever questions they have related to agriculture crop production system. There are certain queries in crop production, and what is the role of IT in agriculture. So related to these four categories, we have conducted the survey. And out of this, there are 308 individual involvement with the 272 survey responses from the Agri-Asia, the Agri-Asia Expo, which happens at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. And even there are 36 opinions conducted from the different experts which are there in the government industry. So even the institutes also. So they have given the idea that what is the actual result, what is the actual survey conditions right now. So this particular result which identifies that most of in English, Gujarati and Hindi language, the most of the farmers know the Gujarati language in Gujarat. Compared to that, certain knows about Hindi and English, both are at the together. Even we have conducted the opinion for the technology usage. So even the technology usage is getting high and even exponentially improving. Of even the mobile phone application usage are also increasing. Respondents' education qualifications, even if we consider the education level of India and even education level of the agriculture stakeholders, that's also considers over here that there are certain people who are illiterate. But compared to that, the criteria over here, the respondents' education qualifications are also improving, so they can use the application in a proper way. Even the most of the respondents are farmers in our survey. This particular result, which identifies that the crop cultivation frequency in a year, so most of the farmers are cultivate their crop twice in a year. They have a different kinds of soil structure. So here it is mentioned that the red, black, so black soil is more in the Gujarat. Even they have identified that the agriculture crop cultivation, so agriculture crops are more compared to the horticulture crops in our survey identified. And even there are certain sources available, information sources. So our survey is identified based on the respondents also. Respondents also say that we are using sometimes the university articles, sometimes we use the mobile phone application, sometimes we use the literature or radio, or even some newspaper which gives the information related to the crop cultivation. The next analysis which says that there are sources of the farmer, and most of the farmers are comfortable with their relative or the friend farmer. So they are asking to the relative or the friend farmer. And if the technology is available, they are using the agriculture technology, but they need to identify that from which source they require to learn about this crop cultivation system. So they identify the agriculture marketing, agriculture technology also they use, and related to the crop selling places also they are using. Now here we are also identifying certain mobile applications which are used by the farmers and the other stakeholders also. AgroStar and AgriMedia are majorly used. They are using Mandi on the mobile also. So these are the certain applications give the information related to the cells in agriculture crop, certain information related to the guidelines of how to cultivate the crop. So these are the mobile applications which are used by these stakeholders. And based on the natural language queries which we have identified from the farmer has given us the list that in this particular specification we require the guidelines. So out of our 2848 queries which we have generated, the 1339 from the questionnaire, 299 from the FAQ, and there are certain from the AgriMedia mobile app and the certain iKhedut FAQ also. So this particular is the keyword identification out of this natural language query. So this identifies that there is a requirement of certain kind of system which actually deals with different domain of crop cultivation. And out of this our query, we have classified this query.
Sorry, hello.
Yes.
Sorry
yes.
for the interruption. Please conclude this because we are running.
It's only one slide is left. Related to this particular classification, it talks about different categories of agriculture. Our result says that there is a tools and technologies which are required and which identifies based on the our research and the survey. So in future, we will propose this retrieval system that will fulfill the mandatory request. So that retrieval system will retrieve from the different agriculture content set which we have provided. And the complexity would be based on the natural language processing and even the difficulty in identifying the resource and the result out of it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, this is a survey paper.
Yes.
Okay, good survey you have done. Thank you for that. I think we can move for further. No question from my side for this.
Okay,
we can move for the further one. Fuzzy Siemens by Nidhi.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
My slide is visible?
No, ma'am, your slide is not visible till now. Yes, now visible.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Myself, Nidhi, a research scholar, Department of Computer Science and Applications, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. I'm here to present my paper on title Fuzzy Siemens Clustering of Network for Multi-Mobile Agent Itinerary Planning. There are two definitions which I want to discuss with you. One is mobile agent. Mobile agent is an autonomous and intelligent application program which is used to perform any data processing task on behalf of any user. And second is mobile agent routing. To perform any task, mobile agent have to migrate at number of nodes to perform the task. The route of migration is called mobile agent routing. Then types of mobile agent itinerary planning. There is two types of mobile agent itinerary planning. One is single mobile agent itinerary planning. When processing element dispatch only single mobile agent to perform the task, then it is called single mobile agent itinerary planning. And when multiple number of mobile agents are dispatched by the processing element to perform the task, then it is called multi-mobile agent itinerary planning. Obviously, MIP overcomes the disadvantages of SIP, even it has its own issues. One is finding the optimal number of mobile agents to be dispatched, partitioning whole network into K number of disjoint groups. In my case, I'm saying these are called domains, and finding optimal itinerary for each mobile agent. Related work, number of papers has been covered to resolve the problems of MIP. To elaborate my algorithm, I have taken example, and this example is of 15 nodes. My network is of 15 nodes. This is visible to you. And next, this is table 1 Euclidean distance matrix for each node. Second is table 2. This is the membership values of each node with respect to other nodes in the network. Actually, these membership value can be determined using these equations. There we have 4 equations. In first equation, if I is equal to j, then we can say the membership value is 0. That means the membership value of any node with respect to itself is 0. Otherwise, the membership value can be determined using equation 2. In equation 2, there is dij raised to power minus 2 by m minus 1. Dij is the Euclidean distance, and here m is a weighing factor. With this weighing factor actually controls the fuzziness or crispness value. And the 3 and 4, these two equations actually are the constraint in the third equation. Third equation shows the constraint that always the membership value of any node with respect to rest of the node is always 1. And fourth equation shows that always the membership value of any node with respect to rest of the node is always greater than 0. And using these equations, the previous table means table 2 can be determined. And from this table 2, we can determine the DC values. Actually, my motive or our objective is to distribute the whole network into 4 number of domains. Domain means clusters. As in clustering, we take the cluster heads. Similarly, in this way, I am taking network is to be distributed into domains, and for each domain we have a single domain center. Actually, domain center is any node which is situated at any dense area. To determine this DC value, table 1 can be used in this table 1 corresponding to each means column wise. In table 2, when column wise there is the shown values are the membership values, and if column wise their addition will be performed, then top 4 value, as I have taken the 4, I have to distribute whole network into 4. That's why I am taking k value is equal to 4, means I have to distribute whole network into 4 number of domains. So I have to take 4 DCs. DC means domain center values. 4 top k value will be taken as DC, our domain center, and by the calculations, DC4, DC7, DC8, DC9. Actually, 4, 7, 8, 9, these subscripted values are denoted, denoting their node values, means DC4, DC7, DC8, DC9, these will become our domain center. Now rest of the nodes 1, 2, 3 up to 15, these node we have to associate with 4, 7, 8 and 9. For this, using equation number 2, we can determine these membership values of 1, 2, 3, 5 up to 15 with respect to DC4, DC7, DC8 and DC9. After finding these membership values, the summation membership value can be determined. And after getting these values, now our work is to assign nodes to the domain center values. We have to associate 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 nodes to DC4, DC7, DC8, DC9. In this, we have to associate a node with respect to domain center with whom it have the maximum membership value. For example, if I have to associate node number 1 with respect to if I want to associate node 1 either with DC4, DC7, DC8 or DC9, it can be connected with whom it have the maximum membership value. From table 3, node 1 must be connected with DC4 as the membership value of 1 with respect to DC4 is 0.4, but with respect to DC7, DC8 and DC9, it is 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. Similarly, second will be associated to DC4 as its membership value is 0.5. Similarly, 3 will be associated to value DC4. Similarly, in this way, we can associate each node with respect to respective domain center. But in 6, when we have to connect our, we have to associate our node 6, then there is the membership value membership value of 6 with respect to DC4 and DC7, both are same value. Then the problem occurs. Then this problem can be resolved by taking in advance the estimated expected value.
Ma'am, already it is 9 minutes. So please conclude so we can move forward.
Conclusion in this, I have distributed my whole network into 3 disjoint domains. Disjoint domain means, as in previous slide, we can see that DC4, DC7, DC9 each have the different nodes. And second, from this is clear that all the domain centers are equally loaded, as DC4, DC7, DC9 all are of having 5 nodes. And by taking adaptive threshold value, we can deploy appropriate number of mobile agent to the cluster which we have made in clustering program. These are the references.
Ma'am, may I know the threshold value, please, if you have taken it?
Threshold value, actually, each mobile agent have its memory value. And we can take that, we know the memory value of a mobile agent. Actually, mobile agent migrates to each node, retrieves that information, and retrieved information will be stored in its memory. We know the memory size. Actually, if we have the memory size, we know the memory size, then we can deploy, we can set this threshold value. For example, in my case, I have 15 nodes, and I know my mobile agent can store the information from 2 nodes. That's why I have taken this threshold value is 2 in my case. Means for 2 nodes, 1 mobile agent is sufficient.
Thank you, ma'am. Good presentation. Now I think we can move to the next presentation, BART video summarization by Rachit.
Good morning, everyone. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible. Good
Yeah,
morning.
very good morning all. Myself, Rachit Advari. I am a research scholar at CUSHA University, and my topic of presentation is bird video summarization using pre-trained CNN model and deep learning. So basically, I will be discussing few of the points just a moment. I think there is some issue with my slide. Yeah, so I'm not going to discuss all these things because these are some of the general topics like artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and neural networks, all these things. So I'll come to my straight to my point that what is the need of video summarization in this real world? Nowadays, you can see that the videos are trending too much over online in the internet, and there is no time with the general public to see complete video. They are interested in seeing whatever they are looking for. Let's say if you are using Fast and Furious, if you are viewing a Fast and Furious movie and you are only interested to see the stunts of the cars, then you are not going to see the whole movie. You'll just skip very quickly and you will just see the stunts of the cars and leave the video aside. So main motive regarding this particular work is that thing only, that we want to provide a summary of a video where you will be able to see the overall summary in the form of time frames, where you will see that each object is available in which particular time frame. That is the main motivation behind this particular work. And the reason why we have decided to provide the time frames as the final output is because we have reviewed about 52 research papers on video summarization, and we came to a conclusion that none of the papers are giving the summary. They are only showing a clip, or they are just saying that whether a particular object is available in the video or not. So we decided to work something different than what already has been done. So this is what my work is, and this is the overall idea of my work. And I'll directly move on to my actual work. So this is the proposed approach, that how we are actually working. So mainly we are using a Kaggle repository for the data sets. So we choose a particular video for which we want to summarize. Relevantly, we try to find out a data set available on the online repository or mainly from Kaggle. Now using deep learning algorithm, we first train our data set. Then at the same time, the video is also being compressed, or I would say is processed, and the frames are generated from the video. Once both the things are done, we simultaneously provide both the things to our CNN model. This CNN model will use its own algorithm and try to detect the objects based on the data set we have actually provided to it. Now, while it is doing this particular process, the main thing is we have also decided some threshold value of probability. Let's say an object is detected and the probability of that object is about 70%. So 0.7 will be our threshold value. So likewise, we have decided for different threshold values for correct detection of a particular object. So then once those objects are detected with that particular threshold value, we store it in our database. And along with that, we also store the first frame and the last frame of that particular from the video. So first frame and the last frame of the video will be used to calculate the time in terms of seconds at the end of the particular work. That is the last point, that is point number 7, that we generate the video summary based on the first frame and the last frame, because each frame, or I would say each second, contains 25 frames. So we need to calculate the second times, time in the seconds based on that particular frames. So this is overall work methodology. And based on that, this is our workflow. We take an input, we detect the frames with the accuracy level about the threshold value. We record the first and last frames for each detected object, and then we calculate the time. We provide the name of the object as well as the complete details about that object in the last summary. And for this particular work, we have chosen AlexNet to work with, AlexNet pre-trained CNN model. We already worked with SqueezeNet as well as GoogleNet. As compared to SqueezeNet and GoogleNet, AlexNet is having less number of layers, that is 8 layers. Mainly the the processing time or computation time of AlexNet is far less than the GoogleNet and SqueezeNet. More or less, the accuracy level provided by GoogleNet and SqueezeNet is also similar in AlexNet. So that is the only reason why we chose AlexNet to work with. So what we did is we found a Kaggle, we found a data set of about...
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. I just want to know the algorithm which you have proposed, is it on runnable mode?
Yeah, it is runnable mode, sir. It is already running.
Okay. And is there any hidden layer also?
No, sir. AlexNet mainly is having 8 layers, and all 8 layers are we can see on the working model. There is no hidden layer actually here in this.
But in AlexNet, if you want, you may customize it.
Yes,
with the help of some of the hidden layers also.
Yeah, we can customize it, and we have already worked with the customized work for the vehicle detection, sir. This is just one of the work of our PhD work, my PhD. So we have worked on 4 different data sets. One is for animal, one is for birds, third is for vehicle detection, and fourth one is for flowers. So we have customized.
At last, what actually your algorithm will provide us? That
I'll
means...
just come to that point immediately. Yeah, okay. Surely. I'll talk about the results directly. Okay. So this is the result that we already took about a video of 19 minutes that contain about different 25 birds, more than 25 birds. And this is what the result we have achieved. Then when we set the threshold probability value at more than 0.7, that is more than 70%. So for a video, the frames generated was 27,400. Out of which on threshold value more than 0.7, detected frames were 9,002, out of which corrected detected, that means correct detection of the particular object was 8,900, whereas false detection was about 102. We received or achieved the accuracy level of 98.87. So this is a remarkable achievement. And as we decrease the probability value, as we decrease the threshold value, you can see the results are also, the result accuracy is also getting decreased. And you can also see the increase in the false detection. So this is what actually we have achieved. And this is what the output is, that out of 27,400 frames, we just identified first 3, randomly picked up the 3 birds, Bramling, Goldfinch, and water owl. And you can see these were detected at a high probability value, about 0.7. Then even it was detected about between the 0.6 and 0.7. Also, it was detected in between the 0.4 and 0.5. And also with the lower ratio also it was detected. But there is a problem with each CNN model that sometimes it may detect the false object. So here you can see even this particular bird was brambling, but the image is something like that a part of this body seems to be like a bulbul. So AlexNet detected it as a bulbul, and that too even at a higher probability value. So this probability, such type of false detection is quite less in number, so we can discard them while we are actually summarizing the final result. So this is the overall work that we have done, and this is the sample result that you can see the brambling in very fraction of seconds in the video. Then after that you can see Goldfinch. So these are the time slots in which you can see different particular birds. So this is the work, and this is what none of the papers have shown as a part of their work. So this is what we have achieved at the last. So this is it from my side, sir. Thank you.
Good. Very good, Rachit. You have done a good job in different classifications.
Yes, sir.
Actually, generally we are working in general keywords, but you have worked on bird. Yeah. And this type of work can also be accepted in different types of journals.
Yes.
Not in the site of computer science journals. Yeah, very good work. Yeah,
actually, we already published a paper of animal detection in 2019. This is the second paper, and we are already in the process of publishing 2 more papers furthermore. So we are already working on it.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Okay. Did you try with TensorFlow and YOLO?
No, we haven't. We have tried with YOLO for vehicle detection also, but we didn't achieve such type of accuracy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Rachit, from which university you are?
I am from CU Shah University, Gujarat. CU Shah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you very much.
we can move on to the next presentation.
Just sorry to interrupt. Can I leave because I have a meeting actually? That's why.
Yeah, you may leave.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
The next presentation, I think, Pawan Kumar Saini, exploiting tacit knowledge, a review and possible research directions.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, Pawan, you're perfectly audible, loudly, and also your screen is visible.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm truly delighted to be presenting my review paper in front of all of you, titled Exploiting Tacit Knowledge. What I will be presenting in the subsequent slides has been extracted from past research done. These are some of the contents that I'll be sharing with you in subsequent slides. The markets are in a volatile state and everything, including the competition, is shifting. Companies that continually develop new information, disseminate it extensively within the firm, and promptly incorporate it into new technologies and products are successful. Employee participation, both willing and active, will determine the effectiveness of knowledge management methods. A key element that we discuss in this review is tacit knowledge management, which starts with creating tacit knowledge and then sharing it for further use. The acquisition, management, and reuse of tacit knowledge are more difficult than explicit knowledge. While a lot of research has been done around explicit knowledge areas, there is very little attention paid to tacit knowledge. This research will help people from the industry to apply the findings of this research. Before I dive into the review findings, let us understand what tacit knowledge is. There are two types of knowledge, explicit and tacit, lying at the two ends of a continuum. This explicit knowledge, while explicit knowledge is all that can be shared through written, audio, or visual forms, tacit knowledge is something that can be shared only in person. A classic example of sharing tacit knowledge is while teaching music to someone or teaching some skill. This knowledge is in the mind of the holder of tacit knowledge. While explicit knowledge resides in the organization in documented form, one can comfortably say that explicit knowledge is visible while tacit knowledge is invisible. It is this basic nature of these two types of knowledge that in organizations, the management is focusing on the explicit knowledge, which is actually a tip of the iceberg. And it does not look at managing the tacit knowledge, which is a larger part of the organization's knowledge. So the purpose of this study is to bring out the various aspects that are significant when it comes to exploiting tacit knowledge for organizational economical growth and identifying the practices that are currently being used to reap the benefits of tacit knowledge. We hope this article will help to open the possibilities of better tacit knowledge management, its use, and to further the discourse of tacit knowledge in industries. Some of the pioneer authors in this field have talked about tacit knowledge. So tacit knowledge, according to Michael Polanyi, is knowledge that cannot be stated or verbalized. He went on to say that one of the most important aspects of tacit knowledge is that we know more than we can tell. Nonaka stated that tacit knowledge is difficult to codify, making it difficult to communicate with others. As tacit knowledge, as non-codified and disembodied know-how, Howells claims that tacit knowledge can be obtained by informal take-up of learned behavior and procedures. According to Mohajan, tacit knowledge is a dynamic process that is heavily influenced by an individual's social ties and characteristics. As tacit knowledge sharing is possible only when people come face to face, it becomes very important that organizations provide the necessary platforms and ecosystem for tacit knowledge sharing to happen. This then leads to employees having conversations and sharing their experiences with each other or in groups. This cannot happen if the organizations are not committed to facilitate the process, and at the same time, the employees also need to be willing and committed to share their knowledge with others in the organization. Some of the tacit knowledge sharing approaches that the researchers have mentioned in their articles is e-mentoring, which is through social media, putting systems in place that allow for face-to-face interactions, through demonstrating techniques in pilot training courses, having co-working spaces that can promote inter-domain learning by facilitating tacit knowledge exchange, having knowledge containers in place, which is a capture of knowledge in the documented form. Knowledge sharing could be ingrained in everyday work routines also. In industries, tacit knowledge plays its very important part. It is tacit knowledge that distinguishes the organization and offers it a competitive advantage. Newcomers and workers acquire a lot of tacit knowledge from their mentors and experienced employees by observing, mimicking, and practicing. However, little is done to capture workers' tacit knowledge, and there is a significant loss of skills when employees quit or retire. It becomes vital to have a solid structure in place to capture organizational memory. It is critical to have methods to improve the quality of tacit knowledge at all levels. Looking at the challenges, the most difficult aspect of managing tacit knowledge is keeping people who have acquired it. Organizations are unable to appraise the importance and value of knowledge loss. The increased use of online transactions is isolating workers who can only work with what they already know and are unable to acquire new tacit knowledge. It becomes challenging to share knowledge across many organizational units located physically away from each other. Organizations are still not geared up to have a proper knowledge transfer and capture mechanism. There's a lack of knowledge sharing due to a lack of trust, social networking, self-awareness, and training. So going forward, some of the research directions have been raised because as a result of this review, and the questions are in the area of organization strategy, loss for an organization, and tacit knowledge acquisition. In conclusion, from the literature review, it can be seen that organizations need to establish an environment where individuals are motivated to share their tacit knowledge. They need to be aware of the loss being incurred in the absence of effective tacit knowledge management. Organizations need to have metrics to measure the quantum of tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge being created. They need to build an organization structure with clear responsibilities for the institutionalizing of the knowledge creation process. They could use some of the knowledge sharing methods suggested in this paper. The limitation of this paper is that the reviewed tacit knowledge largely in the industry space, whereas the impact of tacit knowledge needs to be researched in other areas as well. Thank you. I would be more than happy to engage with you to discuss any questions if there are.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your nice presentation. Indeed, actually, you have given us a very good knowledge on exploiting tacit knowledge in the process of the review and possible research directions. Definitely, the other researchers may have some good points from your reviews as well. But due to the loss of time, or I'm having another meeting, I have to leave after this.
I agree.
That's why I'm just concluding the remarks from this session. Definitely a very good presentations indeed. We have listened from the area of artificial intelligence to different deep learning frameworks, and definitely some in agricultural industries, and also we have given some presentation from fuzzy. Definitely from BARD video summarization is very good, and definitely that presentation from artificial intelligence based vehicle in cabin occupant detection and classification system. If you can make this type of work, and this type of work can be submitted in a good journals as well as in a good copyright, and patent can also be submitted. You all have done a very good job. Actually, in some of the presentations, Akshita Shah was telling about some agricultural stakeholders information need. The survey in Gujarat, very good presentation indeed. And also that presentations, which I was remembering that some strategic network model. I don't know the full paper name, some IoT and MANET they have taken from Jadavpur University. Atri was presenting.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was strategic network model for real-time video streaming and interactive applications in IoT MANET.
Yes, you are presenting, but if you can add a few more points in the process of some cost analysis also, it will be very good. Very good. Actually, the model can be a comparative one definitely also. And some of the presentation it was given the references also, but the references are not properly cited in all your presentations. Try to cite it properly for all of you. And definitely very good presentations indeed. Thank you all of you. Now the last presentation is, I think, from an efficient approach to STEM verification. We can start the presentation, but I may not ask few questions from here. Thank you all of you.
Hello everyone, can you hear me loud clear?
Sorry to interrupt, and Tina Watts, I think your presentation is not here. You may ask the Prathana Joshi regarding.
Yes. I have already coordinated for the same.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
already, sir, you also told us about the journal after my paper. After the presentation of my paper, there was another paper. You said about the journal. Could you please tell the name and in the link, please?
That name was Elsewhere Data in Brief. Elsewhere Data in Brief. And for your information also, I'm just sending you all the journal link also. Because if you are making these type of papers, you may submit in a dataset based work also. The dataset based work may help you out. Or if you are working on this field, try to add some dataset information from here also. Good presentations, all of you. Thank you very much. Now we can start the presentation from Harmin Nojia, an efficient approach to stamp verification. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much from our side, and thank you so much for your valuable presence as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear Harmin, your voice is not perfectly audible to us. Sorry for interruption. Your voice is not perfectly audible to us. Or I think this is a video presentation, ma'am.
Yes, see the video for my presentation.
Okay, please start then. But your voice is not perfectly audible. Try to increase the volume of your system.
Okay.
Okay. And ma'am, I am leaving from here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my presentation. My paper called an system approach to stamp verification. My presentation includes 4 parts: introduction, methodology, experiment, and result, and finally is concluded future work. First is the introduction. You see, nowadays security is a very important aspect in operation. Big company, the stamp is one of the most widely used security method along with handwritten signature. However, it's easier for general public to force stamp these days in order to solve this problem. An automated and verification method needs to be developed. For this work, we follow the 3-step process developed by reverse work closely. For each step, the way of implementation is different, with many methods and algorithms being applied. That is a practical method for this stamp verification problem. You see on this picture, there's a stamp varying in many shapes, size, color. For example, like the text like this, and the logo shape over here, or the funny shape like this one. Every stamp on the document highlights the significance and the purpose of the document. Now I will tell you about the process of my work. First, with the input document, we have to detect on the component on the document, and then we have to segment them into separate candidate. The candidate include all logo, text, or stamp, and then we have to classify all the candidates, which candidate is stamped, which candidate or not, and then we have to classify again the stamp candidate to determine which candidate is general, which is the fourth stamp. Continuing in the first step is segmentation. This picture shows that the process, the main process of this stage. First, we have to detect as you can see, the components are marked in green box, and then we have segment them into all the candidates over here. In this step, there are 4 main steps. First is to section, and then find the cluster. So we have to detect edge, flow figure, and file control, and then we select the large control, and then use a cut algorithm to segment them into on the candidate, like over here. The second stage is SVM classification, STEM and non-STEM. Now we
Hello, your voice is not audible.
I try my best, but my audible.
Now it is audible. Please continue.
Okay. Model to classify them into which candidate is STEM or which is non-STEM. We use a Hinckley as the log function. After that, we have to build another SVM model to classify all the STEM candidates into which candidate is a gender or which is for STEM. On our final stage is classify which is gender or which is for STEM. This is the most important stage. The task is to distinguish between gender or for STEM. Feature extraction is similar for this case, but using a certain feature extraction doesn't have to improve or even make the classification performance worse. Therefore, it's necessary to determine which feature extractor to combine with to achieve the best result. In this step, we develop a process to find out which feature should be utilized. We use several feature extractors from the secular image library for feature extraction. The extractor helps to create the few feature extractors which are then fed into the SVM classifier. The purpose of this test various scikit-learn image feature extractor and select one that produces the best result. For the dataset, we use the public dataset called Starver. This dataset contains 400 document pages, and we split them in, with the ratio F2, and then we evaluate on the model and method we developed by this dataset. For the result, as you can see on this graph, the accuracy is always about 0.8, while the loss is SIGIT is 0.4, and the majority of the loss is over in range of 0.2 and 0.3. The results so that this approach can be considered to be a good option when it comes to STEM verification model as STEM verification problem. So in conclusion, this paper introduced STEM verification method and algorithm. Instead, we try the model, we try and test and recommend the best model for the process. This approach can be considered a simple and effective way to handle the STEM verification model problem. So in this future work, we would like to shift the focus to only Vietnamese STEM that contain Vietnamese pattern and symbol. Moreover, we would like to develop and publish our own data set that contain only Vietnamese STEM for the future. So that is for my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. And as you all know that now Sir Tanupriya sir is not available here, so there is no question, I think no query from any of the participants. And now I would like to conclude this. Now I would like to conclude this session. And I sincerely thank our all authors for their excellent performance and all the presenters for being a part of this international conference. And I hope that this session was informative enough. And I also would like to, actually the session chair is not here, but I also would like to our session chair Dr. Tanupriya Chaudhary for chairing the session and for their valuable time and presence. So thanks to him also and all the presenters. Can you please turn on your camera for a good memory of this session? So I can take a quick snapshot for the same.
Okay, thank you very much.
Just a minute. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Precaution is better than cure. So stay safe, take care, and we'll meet you soon. Thank you. Bye.